This is a good night. Let me change the scenery. There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
You know, I don't like that one. Hold on. There we go. Green lights.
Green is the best color.
Because I was drinking for Labor Day, so I need the green lights to match my mood right now. Nah, it was a good time. Dude, I'm getting married in 26 days and 30 minutes. Oh, man. Can you believe these guys are late again? What do you mean? We were on time. It's like if we don't start exactly at the start time, they can't wait 20 seconds for me to, do my thing. 30 seconds late. These people are brutal. K-Cat, hey Mona, Cyan, Dave Marks, Phantom Joker. Hello, everybody. So, quick updates on the Patreon. We'll be doing the update tomorrow. I'm picking up a dry erase board tomorrow. I had to work today for a little bit, and when I came home, we wound up doing like a little party. It was a lot of fun. We had people over. I made some quesadillas for everybody. Yeah, it's a lot of food that we wasted though. We also put like Coronas, and we put a little grenadine in there. Yeah, it was okay. It makes the Corona taste like not like piss. Huh?
What do you mean the food was wasted? Why was it wasted?
We made like a bunch of thing of popcorn and laid out some tortilla chips, put out some grapes. We only really ate the quesadillas.
Oh, damn. Didn't put the other stuff away? Oh, no.
I mean, it's downstairs. I got to go take care of it. I'll do it after the stream. Oh, man, Labor Day weekend. Labor Day. It's rough. I feel like I know I'm getting older because I can barely handle myself now.
Yeah.
It's my birthday in 1 week.
Really? Like to this day? So
well, on the 14th, yeah.
On the 14th.
Yeah. Oh, I'm turning 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm already 30. It sucks.
No, I realize I'm the youngest one out of the group.
Well, why? Or is
older than me.
30 now too?
Yeah. Or well, I'm not going to tell you his exact age. That'd be rude.
Okay.
But yes, he is older than me. Dirty 30. Oh no, Crow making diagrams on a dry erase board to go along with his rants. He's going to destroy some markers. I'm going to get all the colors. It'll be a thing. It'll be a total thing. But yes, we'll be doing that. And then we'll, I'll write out the Patreon names and I'll do a little doodle for everybody. So you guys can pick which ones you want me to do first. So what are we talking about tonight? It's probably not going to be a super long stream. We streamed for almost 3 hours last night. Word of advice, question every fart after 30. Oh my God. I fart a lot too, so that's going to suck. What are we doing tonight? So I figured it'd be fun, just with everything going on with the riots, we would rank the top 5 self-owns for the rioters and not protest. I'm specifically talking about people who engage in acts of violence or are providing cover for people engaged in acts of violence. So we'll be doing that. I want to talk about the Cardi B and Candace Owens situation because it's fucking hilarious. It really is.
It sounded funny when you were describing it last night, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware, Candace Owens, she is a conservative political activist, and Cardi B is Cardi B.
I was going to say, that's pretty much.
I don't think I need to explain that one. If you don't know, she's a musician.
Yeah.
No disrespect, actually. Jasmine actually really loves Cardi B as far as her music goes. But Cardi B dipped her toes into politics because the Joe Biden campaign reached out to her and had Cardi B doing these interviews, right? And, there's some stuff there that I think is kind of important because I think them doing that is outreach to the Black community, or is at least an attempt to do so. And I think it's probably a pretty good sign that the Biden campaign's a little bit freaking out, specifically about Trump's gains with the minority votes, specifically the Black community. Candace Owens sees it, and Candace Owens takes shots at Cardi B, specifically taking shots at Biden by saying things like, Cardi B isn't someone to be looked up to. They're using her as a prop, all that stuff, right? And look, my thoughts on this, I think Candace Owens is genuine when she's making those criticisms. Like, I don't think she's pulling it out of her ass to take shots. But I kind of don't like it in the sense that the left accuses the right anytime there's any sort of minority involved. They immediately accuse that person of being a prop, right? Of being a token, all that shit. So I never really liked that criticism, but I understand where she's coming from with it. And I feel left out. Everyone here is a mod. Jay London, hello. Mona, I'm going to give you a wrench. Don't worry. Let me do that now. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Mona. Oops. Fuck, I closed out of YouTube. Fuck.
Always need to close out of StreamYard. And
oh my gosh, yeah, that's always worse.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That can't be fixed, though.
All right. Oh, wow. We got 10 people watching and 10 likes on the stream. I love you guys. All right, Mona, here you go. Here's your wrench. There you are. Okay. So the situation between Cardi B and, Mod Squad. There you go. The situation between Cardi B and Candace Owens. So Cardi B dips her toes into politics by interviewing Joe Biden. Candace Owens is taking shots at Cardi B, saying like she's illiterate. She shouldn't be. It's insulting that the Biden campaign thinks reaching out to Cardi B is reaching out to Black community, right?
Well, yeah.
I don't think Cardi B is doing anything wrong, right? Like, I think that she's an entertainer. A politician, reaches out to her and probably one of the most heated political things going on. And she said, fuck it. It will get my name out there. Why not? This guy could be the president.
But so they're both kind of in the wrong. I mean, like, does she know anything about Joe Biden, or is she just
she don't know shit.
Yeah, so she's using it for publicity. He's using her publicity. They're both just using each other for publicity, and that's
basically, yeah. And Candace Owens' criticism of it seems to be more of it's insulting that Biden reaches out to someone like Cardi B as outreach to the Black community, right?
Well,
and I think it's fair to say that.
I mean, like, yeah, no, but like, she's still accomplished. She's more accomplished than like most people, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, she's got a song called "Wet Ass Pussy."
Yeah, but
I should have said that on stream. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But no, like,
I get it, right? Cardi B is like a former stripper, and now she's a rapper, and she.
Like, I'm sure there's better.
Baby,
people,
I'm gonna do my thing. You can sit there and criticize me later. I don't give a shit. Sit.
Because I got shit to say.
Say your shit later.
I will. Keep it going.
Well, there you go.
Let me sit right here.
Yeah, you sit down.
What you guys say about Cardi motherfucking
I'll say
B?
whatever the fuck I want to say about Cardi motherfucking B.
Yeah, Cardi motherfucking B. That bitch. Well, what else?
So anyways, I think that's where the criticism comes from, right? But it's such a stupid back and forth. And I've taken a look at both of their comments towards each other. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so dumb. What?
I agree. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
But I get where Cardi B is coming from in the sense, like, I don't think she really understands anything about the political situation. I don't think she gives a shit about it. I really do think that someone in the Biden campaign reached out to her and she's sitting there going like, this will be good for me, right? This guy could be the president. I don't fault her for that, right? If someone who's not politically active is probably sitting there going like, oh, this could be the future president. Why wouldn't I do this, right? Candace Owens' criticism is more directed towards Biden, but she throws so much shade at Cardi B.
For what? Sorry.
I will lock that door. I will throw you out and
feel
lock
like
that door.
if you're mad at Biden, be mad at Biden. Why'd you have to throw all the shade at Cardi? She's living her best life.
Okay.
Ugh, rude. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
I'll explain why in a second.
I know why. I just think it's a stupid reason. Okay, keep going.
What do you think the reason? No, stop.
No, this isn't about me.
Yeah, so it isn't about you. There's a metalcore version of what I'm playing that shit. I'm playing that.
What is metalcore?
Candace Owens is right. Question. That's mom. That's Mama Crow. Hey, Mama Crow,
no.
Jasmine's here with me.
It's just a question. It's a question. Candace Owens is right? Right about what?
Okay, so
It's not my stream.
look, I think the criticism Candace Owens has of Biden is 100% valid.
Yes, I agree. Actually, I do agree with her criticism of Biden, but this ain't about me. But I'm gonna keep butting in.
But I think that she directs a lot of it towards Cardi B because it looks like she was actually a fan of Cardi B, right? There are some tweets that Cardi B got like sent from Candace Owens from like 2 years ago, talking about Cardi B, like she's all about freedom, all this shit, right? So I'm sure that Candace Owens looks at it and sees her endorsing Biden, the guy who wrote the 94 crime bill, and it pisses her off, right? I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But that's why I always tell people, don't look up to your hero. Like, don't ever meet your heroes. Don't ever engage with your heroes because they're not the people you idolize them to be, right? I'm not saying like, Crow, you got to have your wife on more. 26 days! 26 days.
Oh.
All right.
Who said that?
It was supposed to be an exclamation.
Red.
Oh, no, my mom says Candace Owens is right.
It was supposed to be an exclamation. Not. No.
You're arguing with Mama Crow now! So, the situation going on, right? I do agree with Candace Owens as far as her criticism of Biden. And the thing is, Candace Owens linked a clip from Malcolm X, right? And it's largely the same criticism Candace Owens has had for years, right? And that, I don't know a good way of saying this, but Malcolm X's quote, actually, let me just show you the thing that she linked from him. And if you, look, man, I don't agree with a lot of things I've heard from Malcolm X in terms of he's very much, I don't know how to say it, because I don't think he's violent or he ever preached for violence, but he was very much, I don't want to even say black supremacist. I think he was more of just, I won't even say black identity extremist. I don't think that's right. But
you're towing the line, Crow.
I'm trying to toe the line here because
you just want to say you don't like him.
No, I don't have an issue with Malcolm X. I think
he's controversial. Just say that.
Well, he definitely is, but I think he lived in a different time, and I think that you need to understand who he is because, look, if you want a good parallel between two individuals, look at Martin Luther King Jr. and look at Malcolm X. Right? Look at the two of them because they both sought the same things in terms of bringing black people up. But they went about it completely differently. Martin Luther King wanted everybody to be treated as equals. He didn't want people to be judged by skin color. He didn't want, to my understanding, like Martin Luther King Jr. wanted everyone to just be who they were. Wanted everybody to just be American and wanted everybody to be treated equally and be respected equally. Malcolm X did not see any path forward by working together with others. And he had very explicit criticisms of white liberals. He said, like, they're the devil, that they are the worst people because they'll pretend to be your friend and they will stab you in the back. That was everything Malcolm X believed. Martin Luther King Jr. believed, no, everyone can come together. It's just going to take everybody working together to get there. So, not sort of what. Hold on, let me read some of your guys' comments. Sorry. Are we talking about the Candace interview? No, we're talking about the shit that dropped after that because those two had a back and forth on Twitter.
And Instagram.
Mike says, I take it Jasmine has... I'm going to see if I can find the Instagram videos. Do you have them?
Oh, I have them.
Okay, if I can't find them, I'll read them. I take it Jasmine has a thing for Cardi B. Yes.
What thing?
You like her music.
Okay, let's get this clear. Wait, I need to show my face for this. Hello.
Do you just want to get the chair?
No.
Like you're literally just sitting there.
No, I need to explain myself.
I get criticized so much for not letting guests sit in chairs.
I don't need to sit in chairs.
There's literally a chair right
in the corner. Okay.
How many guests have you made sit on the floor?
Says, no. Mike Walter says, at Crows of Judgment, I take it Jasmine has a thing for Cardi B. Jasmine's answer is, first of all, Nicki Minaj, okay? Second, Megan. And third, yes, I like Cardi. That's my answer. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
That's it. Get that off my head.
Well, NOI sort of was, and when he left, Farrakhan lost his shit and wanted Malcolm X shot, and he was by NOI. Jay London, I'm so sorry. What do you mean by NOI? I probably know it, and I'm just blanking on it right now. I apologize. Look, let me find the thing. I'm pretty sure. I think I may have liked it today too.
The Twitters?
Yeah, her thing from Malcolm X, because I've listened to a few of the things he said, and I genuinely agree with him. She's still tweeting about me. I broke it. Oh my god, these two are being such.
They're
petty
doing
bitches.
too much.
They're being petty little bitches
it's not
right
cute.
now.
I don't like it at all.
I think it's hilarious.
I mean, it was funny, but at the same time, it's like y'all need to chill. Like it's like it's just your character looks ugly. I don't like it.
Okay, so this is, baby, you're not gonna be able to hear this.
That's okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna, just for everybody, I'm gonna be repeating what's said here just so Jasmine understands.
No, don't worry about me.
No, you need to know, because it's kind of key to the conversation.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included
I've seen this
comedians,
video. I can tell by the way it looks.
trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader.
So you kind of get what he's saying there, right, Steve? He's saying that he's comparing the white community to the black community. He says, in the white community, comedians aren't leaders. Entertainers are not leaders. And he says in the black community, all of their leaders are comedians. He says like trumpet players. He goes like, these people are not leaders because the white community doesn't have these people as leaders. They're just entertainers. And the black community shouldn't be looking up to these people as leaders. He says they are propped up by white people. That's his main criticism. And so I think that shifted a little bit, especially today's day, because with social media, I definitely think people put these, actresses, actors, they do, not so much comedians, right? But definitely entertainers, musicians, they put them up on pedestals. But I wouldn't say that they consider them like leaders of any sort of group of people, right? They're just very influential people.
Yeah, there's a difference between influence and leadership.
Yeah, but if you were to say like who are some of the key figures within the black community, I would still say you still have a lot of entertainers there. I mean, like, look, I love Dave Chappelle. I wouldn't say he's.
Dave Chappelle.
I think he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's dope.
But I wouldn't say
of all the black people to name, you name Dave Chappelle.
He's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's why.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Did you see his last comedy thing?
Yeah, I did. It's great.
Yeah, like what's wrong with Dave Chappelle?
But look, I wouldn't say that he's considered like a leader within the black community. I think a lot of people respect him. And I think they like his takes on things. And I think they think he's honest, right? But, you look at other people, like, I think the criticism goes that Cardi B is just an entertainer. Cardi B is, I mean, I don't know too much about the woman, so I don't want to say anything disrespectful. But to my understanding, she was like, I try to be polite, actually. I don't try to just take shots at people for the sake of taking shots at them. Bernie Mac was hilarious. Bernie Mac was hilarious. I love that guy.
Absolutely, 100%. Bernie Mac.
That was sad. All right. And him and Patrice O'Neal gone too soon. Yep. Okay. So you look at like politicians, right? World leaders. You basically, I mean, Barack Obama, 100%. But who do you have else out there? Like name senators, name congressmen, name people in the tech industry who are black, right? You don't have that. You don't have a black Bill Gates. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but I'm not, you know what I mean, right? And I think that's the main criticism. Why isn't Joe Biden reaching out to somebody that the black community can look up to and want to strive to be, right? We take shots at Bill Gates, right? Right, Steve? Well, we take shots at Bill Gates.
I mean, not intentionally. Not intentionally.
Not intentionally. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But those are people you want to look up to, right? Yeah, like, say whatever you want about Bill Gates. Like, the dude built he kind of built the internet, right?
Well, yeah, him and Al Gore,
I know.
right?
I know. But that's the main criticism. Why aren't you going to somebody who's like a leader in their community? Why are you going to someone like Cardi B, right? I wouldn't say Cardi B is a leader of a community. I think she's very influential. And I think that's mainly the reason why Joe Biden reaches out to her, because she's got this massive following of people. But Candace Owens looks at it and says, it's disrespectful when you need to be reaching out to the Black community and you reach out to Cardi B, right?
Didn't Trump reach out to Kanye West?
Well, Kanye West is like a massive Trump supporter.
Okay, so he was already on
Yeah,
board with
he's
it. Was Cardi B already
Kanye's
on
been
board?
kicked out of the community.
How do you kick somebody out of the community?
These aren't my words.
I mean,
I'm just telling you.
Okay,
I'm just telling you the situation.
Yeah, look.
I'm just saying that wouldn't have worked. So that wasn't an option.
What wouldn't have worked?
It wouldn't, like, he couldn't have reached out to Kanye. That wouldn't have been a thing, because if the whole point was to reach out to someone to get to the Black community, that ain't the way to do it. Not Kanye. He's been kicked out. Well, like, he can be let back in, but he's been kicked to the side.
Okay, look,
people are giving him the side eye.
But didn't he get kicked out?
Why are they giving him the side eye?
Because he don't know how to act.
Or just like shaking his
head. What did he do?
They're saying things that we don't like.
What did he say that you don't like?
I'm speaking from what I hear. This isn't about me.
I know, I get it, but like you aren't like a little disturbed by that?
By what specifically?
Kanye West is Black. Kanye West said, like, the reason why he came out for Trump is because when he started his career in the entertainment industry, they told him he had to support Democrats, because if he didn't, they would do exactly what you're saying they did to him.
He's not like not Black. It's not like a real kick out. It's just like
I get it.
Obviously, you can't be like, your skin is Black. Obviously, you're not really like you're not Black anymore. Remember when we were I'm just saying, okay. Like, he's not like.
Give me a second, chat. Do you remember when we were talking last night and we're saying like when you call someone who's Black a race traitor, things like that, right? You say they're kicked out of the community, that sort of shit, right? What
we say is they're not invited to the barbecue anymore.
Fine.
That's what we say.
Fine.
Okay.
But remember what we talked about, because there's slavery, right? It was a thing. Mm-hmm. It did exist. So when you talk to someone who's Black, if you try to trace their ancestry back, it's nigh impossible, right? And what does it trace back to? It traces back to slavery. So in the Black community, and I've heard other activists say this before, having that identity, that's what you have, right? Being Black, that's what you have. So when people start calling you a race traitor, saying you're not Black, stuff like that, mm-hmm. It's not just insulting. It's like you're taking away the only thing that they have culturally. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm not okay with that in terms of saying like, oh, Kanye West ain't the barbecue because he said things that we don't like. What did he actually say?
Look, I heard, word around the street is he said that slavery was a choice.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
He did say that.
Word around the street is that. So
I remember that.
People don't like that.
I know.
So look.
And his thing was he feels like they make Black people slaves to Democrats. And he says that's a choice. You don't need to be doing that. Now, do I think that people are going to have that visceral reaction of what the fuck did you say? Yeah, but I kind of think that's the point. It's to get you to react.
I don't like people making comments for people to react. Well, you already know that.
I get it.
I don't like that. Just say how you feel, what you need to show for it. Cut it out.
No, I get it. But like at the end of the day, when someone like Kanye West says, I can't work as an entertainer unless I support Democrats. If I say what I feel, if I had any sort of conservative value, I can't speak freely. No. He feels like that's slavery.
How does Tim?
He feels like he has to serve a political party that he doesn't support because he'll get attacked if he doesn't. Now, do I think Kanye goes too far? Yeah, Kanye's a little weird. Right? I mean, if you ever listen to the guy talk, he's a little weird. But he said slaves should have freed themselves.
I mean, how?
See, that to me goes way too far.
I don't. All I'm saying is, Kanye has issues, okay?
He does.
He needs therapy, and that's okay.
That's probably not a bad description.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
He was also okay. Let me just make sure I got this.
I don't personally kick people out of the community.
No, it's fine.
I'm not the community doorkeeper.
I know. Look, how's this? He was also trying to talk about how that one amendment is keeping black folks in jail as slaves to the government, but he went about it through the old school slave analogy. Okay. Okay, I know what he's talking about. So let me read the comment for you just again. He was trying to talk about how one amendment is keeping black folks in jail as slaves to the government, but he went about it through the old school slave analogy.
Okay.
So he was speaking about a system that's in place right now. And if I'm not mistaken, Jay London, I think he's referring to like for-profit prisons where they keep people in prison for specifically cheap prison labor. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like Kamala Harris, because she literally argued in court that they needed to keep people in prison because the prison system needed the cheap labor. Like that sort of thing. To me, I think that's slavery. I think that if you keep people in prison specifically for cheap labor, like I don't care if you're paying them 2 cents, like that's fucked up. That's slavery to me.
Well, and also the guy was innocent, wasn't he? Like there was some innocent.
The Harris situation? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
she was holding back evidence, and her excuse was, we need the prison labor. And the court basically said, if you do not turn this over, you like, we will hold it. Like it was something like we'll hold you in contempt or something of court, because she was fighting on releasing evidence that would free innocent people. And one of them was on death row. But that's a different story. That's a different story. But like my thing is, I look at someone like Cardi B, and I was looking at some of her comments, right? And the back and forth between Candace Owens and Cardi B basically devolved into Cardi B talking. Candace Owens made a comment about how can you support someone like Joe Biden, who wrote the 94 crime bill and led to the mass incarceration of all of these black people and the militarization of police, while at the same time saying things like Black Lives Matter, defund the police, police brutality, when Joe Biden is kind of directly responsible for the police having all of these powers and specifically going into minority communities and rounding up black people. And Cardi B's response to it, and this is why you should really take a few seconds before you get into a Twitter back and forth, and I can speak from experience on this. Cardi B's response is basically, well, Trump likes to laugh at black people when they get killed by cops. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, first off, I think Trump is, I think the guy's dumb. I think he's gotten better, but I think when he allows himself to just speak freely, a lot of stupid shit comes out. Do I think he literally laughs at black people when they get killed by cops? No, I think that there are some very evil people that probably do laugh at innocent black people when they get shot by cops. Now, look, if you run up on there's that video of the guy with the gun, and he's running around. Like people have been calling the cops on this guy because he's been running around like pointing his gun at people and shit. So the cops show up, and this dude goes running with the gun in his hands. And I'm sure he didn't realize that as he was trying to run around, that he wound up running straight towards the cop. But like you see the body cam footage where the dude's got the gun in his hand, and he just goes running right at the police officer, and the cop fires at him.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like and obviously people were upset about that because all they heard was a black teen guy. I think the guy was like 18 years old, right? So he's a kid. And they go, he got shot by the cops. This is police brutality and all this stuff. And so they're going like, look, there's actual instances of police brutality. If you run at a police officer with a weapon in hand, I'm just saying you're gonna be shot. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I don't know any police officer who's going to sit there saying, like, maybe he won't fire the gun. Like, I mean, just in reality, right? And to the credit of a lot of people, as soon as that started trending, the body cam footage was released by the police officers, and they immediately dropped the hashtag they were spreading about the guy. Some people still spread it, but for the most part, I think people understand you don't run at an officer with a weapon. Like, that to me is just, that's pretty dumb. But so is walking around a community with a pistol in hand and pointing it at people. So
why didn't he just drop the weapon? What was the point of him? What was the point of all this? Did they don't know because he was just like walking
well, that's the
around
thing.
like that?
He did drop the weapon after they shot him.
Okay,
They
well
didn't
that
drop
doesn't
it
count.
like so. When they shoot him, he goes like, "I don't have a gun," like all that stuff, right? But if you watch the body cam footage, you can actually see him. He has the gun, and I think he was actually going to throw the gun at the time because it didn't look like he was aiming at the officer. It looks like he had the gun and he was looking to throw it, but he also came charging towards an officer as he did it, and yeah. It's a stupid circumstance. Anyways, I don't think that anybody, unless they're just fucking evil, laughs at somebody being shot at by the cops, right? For no reason. When someone sees like the cops just walk up to somebody and bash him in the back of the head, and there's videos of that. Like, put it like this: there's something like 300,000 officers, and my thing is like 1% is probably bad. If 1% of them are bad, you're going to have videos of them doing bad things. I mean, I'm not talking about like, oh, they're stupid and incompetent. I mean like evil bad, right? Yeah. But like Cardi B's response was essentially like, Candace Owens supports Trump and Trump laughs at black people when they get shot. I'm sitting there going like, okay, fuck off with that, because you're literally going for the guy who made sure that a ton of black people didn't need to be put in prison, got put in prison. The police were militarized to an excessive degree, which there was no reason for that. And your comment is on Trump, but like Trump did criminal justice reform, right? Like if he literally hated black people, there's no reason for him to do that. You say his like supporters are cult members and shit like that, they're going to support him no matter what he does. Why would he even need to do criminal justice reform if he hates black people and wants to see him in prison and shot and shit, right? It's just a dumb argument. But I thought the entire back and forth was really stupid and basically just evolved into petty bullshit like that.
Well, did we get to see any of the fight? You said they were making videos at each other, weren't they?
They were. David, do you have the Instagram videos?
On my phone.
Can I have them?
How are you gonna get it though?
I'm just gonna play them on the microphone.
They're literally, there's 3 videos and they're all like 7 minutes each. You gonna play it?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay, let me play the rest of this thing from Malcolm X here.
Those
a
are
white
4
leader,
videos,
or a dancer, or a trumpet player.
They did 4 videos.
4 speaking videos, and
as well as all the Twitter shit.
There's 4. Well, then there's Cardi still posting on her Instagram, like her feed about Candace, and then instead of Candace posting on her feed, she posted on her story. So like different screenshots and stuff. So it's just, honestly, I really don't think that you need the videos, because like,
well, okay,
it seems like everything that they said on the videos, they also said on Twitter. So
okay, well, let me ask you though, because you actually saw the videos. Who started the first video at who? Because I know, to my understanding, Candace Owens went on to Ben Shapiro's show. I don't know. I can't remember if it was Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens.
Candace started the videos on Instagram.
Okay, so Candace made a video towards.
She made a video. She didn't make a video. She posted a video of her interview. Can they not hear me?
Oh no, I just figured it'd be a little bit easier.
She posted a video of that interview that she had and tagged Cardi in it, like in the caption. And then so Cardi made a video and was like, I don't know why you're like, because it was just, so Candace's video was just from that interview. Okay. She tagged, but she like, her caption was like, Cardi, something, whatever she was saying in the video or something. And so the tension obviously started on Twitter, and then so Candace just took it to Instagram by sharing her video clip. And Cardi responded with the video. Her face wasn't in it because she said her makeup wasn't done. She looked crazy. So it was just her hands. But she was in the video talking. She's like, I don't know like why you're bringing me into this, calling me illiterate and all this stuff and whatever. I guess addressing things that were on Twitter too. And then then Candace made a video and responded to her video. And then said like, you know what I'm gonna do since my book is coming out, I'm gonna make sure to sign. I'm signing books right now, and I'm gonna sign one to you, Cardi. And then Cardi makes another video in response to Candace, and then Candace goes on her live. Well, I don't think it was live. I think it was just a Instagram, but on her story this time. And she's like, well, just got done signing books. And, I saved the best one for last. This one's for Cardi. And she showed the picture of it being signed. And she said, P.S. the best WAP is an educated WAP.
Okay, so she was a fan at one point.
Yeah. I mean, I love Cardi. And for me, I hate that she's in a political debate with somebody that's a political figure, because she's not going to win that. It doesn't matter. She doesn't have the background to win a conversation like that.
Well, yeah.
So to me, I was like, I love you, Cardi, but damn.
I mean,
I hated it, but because I was like, I hate that I got so many oohs on her on the opposite side. But I mean, Cardi said things that I was like my thing that I I love ratchet shit though. So I love that Cardi said I love that Cardi said she gonna stick a Louboutin in her neck. That was funny to me.
Yeah, that did happen. Okay, so my thing is
no. Wait, let me correct myself. Yeah. She said she has to watch how she acts, because she can't act crazy no more, because she has a lot to lose now. So she can't do what she want to do. Let's stick a Louboutin in her neck, because that ain't right. So let me clear that up. She didn't say she was gonna do it. She said she wished she could.
But she can't.
Consequences. But she said other things look.
Actually, let me address this. Wasn't Candace Owens the one who made that doxing website where people's personal information was made public for someone to lose your job, etc.? To my understanding, yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, this actually happened before Candace Owens really became a political person. Mm-hmm. She was a hardcore leftist, so she was all into cancel culture and everything. And Candace Owens, to my understanding, was after Trump got elected, she just went with a total 180. And so that actual website was set up before she became more a political activist on the right. And it was back when she was very, very left wing. As far as her being a fan of Cardi B, she is. And I'm saying that because her husband, to my understanding, was posting an Instagram video where they were all dancing to WAP. So
yeah, no, she was.
So yeah, they're fans.
No, they definitely were. But the thing is, it's weird that
I think they still are. They'll probably like her music.
Yeah, but to me, I'm it was just weird to say, to be a fan and you say mean things about how you're a fan and you call somebody illiterate that. That's just, it's rude. It's rude, and it's not fair, because it's not even her first language. What the hell?
Well, I think that's
people just need to watch what they say. You very well could be a fan. I'm sure you are, because she made a video that said that she was a fan of her from Love and Hip. In her response video, she said that she was a fan from Love and Hip Hop. She loved her. She loved her personality. She loved that she was out there. She said that in the video. But it's just kind of people. Social media is just bad because people don't have a chance to watch what they say. They just say stuff, and now it's on the internet, and everybody has access to it. That's the problem.
That's gonna make us better people.
No room for errors.
Yeah, right. No room for errors. But look, I get why she's got an issue with Cardi B. Do I think that she takes it too far? Yes. Right? Now, here's the thing.
I think they both do.
When I was looking at Twitter, it seems like Candace Owens is kind of pulled back, because at this point, Cardi B just won't shut up.
Well, she keeps going. Yeah, Cardi, and she's going on her Instagram a lot too. But to my
she got triggered like crazy by Candace.
Yeah, to my understanding, Candace has been saying things about her, and Cardi has never really addressed it until now. So that's why she's don't act like I'm coming out of nowhere. You constantly said things about me, and I've been ignoring it, and now I got time. I got time to say something to you today. And the next day and the next day,
Yeah.
you know, and the next day. But that's the way I'm seeing it. Like, because it's not the first time I've heard of her talking about Cardi B. And I'm like, for what? Like, why?
I'm gonna read a couple of these comments, baby.
I'm
so
sorry, this ain't my stream.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. If you want to comment on any of these, you go for it. So let me go over here. I don't think Trump knows how to read LOL. I mean, look, I think Trump's I don't know how to say it, right? He knows how to read, but I think Trump is like, he just starts talking, and it's like his mouth is moving faster than his fucking brain can process it. So like when he talks, he says some stupid shit. Now here's the thing: I've been watching more of his stuff recently, and I think he's gotten better because he tends not to be as like. I still see him occasionally. He'll make those tweets where he calls somebody a name, but usually it's very mild now. Like he calls Joe Biden Joe Biden. Like it's very dumb, but it's a lot better than going onto Twitter and calling people enemy to people and they're traitors to the country and all this other stuff. He's pulled back from doing that shit. So good props. He's fucking learned. It only took him 3 years. But I watched more of the other stuff, and like he apparently he used to take more shots at himself, and he's been doing that more often, where he makes fun of himself when he's doing these rallies now. So it's more humanizing, I guess, but he still says dumb shit. And usually he follows up the dumb shit by saying, like with like hydroxychloroquine, when people say like he's promoting that and all that other shit, right? He says something like, you know, I heard it could be like a miracle cure, all this other stuff, right? Yada, yada, yada. And then he ends it by saying, but what do I know? I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. That's sort of thing, right? I think that's fair, right? But then you see the left and they turn around and say, he's telling people to take this. I'm like, dude, you don't need to jump to one extreme. You don't need to jump to the other extreme. And again, like the thing with Cardi B and Candace Owens, I understand why she's got issues with Cardi B as far as like doing that interview with Joe Biden, right? I get that. Because you're sitting there looking at it like, if you don't want to be involved in politics, don't be involved in politics. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to jump into politics and you want to go out and say, I'm standing for like against police brutality and all this other shit, and you're going for Joe Biden, I mean, like, why? Like, and to me, you have to have like a different issue. It's got to be something else, because if your issue is like the cops and everything, why would you go for the guy who not only wrote the 94 crime bill, but most people have said like that's led to the mass incarceration of Black people. Like it just has. Right? And Joe Biden, like to this day, still believes that was one of the greatest things that he has ever done. And his like vice president is Kamala Harris, a woman that argued to keep innocent people in prison for cheap labor. Like, I'm just like, between the both of them, if your issue is the police, why? Like, why? Why? Dude, starting like if you have this massive movement, start like a fucking mail-in campaign or like a write-in ticket campaign, right? Just break the fucking vote that way. But don't tell me like you care about all this stuff with the cops and you're going for those two. That to me is where I can kind of understand where Candace Owens comes with it. But again, it's a big difference between like random people and someone like Cardi B, who's got she's got like 14 million followers on Twitter. I don't know how many people she's got on Instagram, but I'm going to imagine it's just an insane shitload. Yeah, but she's incredibly popular, right? So to me, if it's like a normal person, I say, well, I get that, like why you're not being involved in all that other stuff. But yeah, I think Cardi B's got like a little bit more, I don't know how to say it, responsibility to her fans to at least inform them. But I don't think that she really pays attention to it. So it's like it's hard to really generate any sort of anger towards somebody who doesn't actually pay attention, right? To me, I don't sit there like, if you don't want to be involved, don't be involved. But if you want to like be involved, it's going to come with all the criticism. And I think that's a big difference. Like Candace Owens says her political opinion and she gets called all sorts of shit, right? Cardi B, you know, I mean, look, it's really just Candace Owens. I mean, let's be honest.
Candace Owens is not the only one. There's a lot of rude comments now on her Instagram.
I think after that back and forth blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I think it comes from.
Oh,
like,
yeah, and you know what? It was from the back and forth.
Yeah.
Because before, like, people talk mess about her all the time, but from a political standpoint, like, to my knowledge, it was only Candace. And like I said, I really do think, like, she was talking about her, this isn't the first time. Like,
no, actually, I think I have.
She was talking about her, like, in the past, too, and this is the first time Cardi decided to actually say something. That's why it's kind of like, that's why I don't, like, really love when people are like, Cardi just should have ignored her, and it's like, well, she has ignored her, and sometimes you just can't take it anymore, and you want to say something back. I mean, I've done the same thing.
Oh, here we go. I actually have the tweets pulled up, so let's switch over from Candace Owens' Twitter to Cardi B's Twitter.
Yeah!
Okay. And actually, I have an image, and I want to show this one first. Because basically, Candace Owens said that Joe Biden used her like a prop or something. It was around that line, right? I don't know if she specifically said prop, but that was basically the take that I got from it. So, Cardi B made...
they call her a token.
Well, yeah. To be frank with you, Candace Owens gets called that all the time, so I'm pretty sure that's why she called her it.
Token for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, Cardi B made this image, right? And it's, this is what pandering looks like. I will never praise no politician, not even Obama, FDR, or Bernie, only the Lord. This is how Trump panders with black people, while Candace concerns how Joe panders with me. And it's basically this image, right? Trump's had a few of these events where he's invited like these predominantly black groups to come to the White House, right? And Trump's done that pretty frequently, right?
I didn't know I didn't put this.
Oh yeah.
Who are these people?
Trump did something that was like I forget the name of the group. I apologize. I don't really care what the White House does, to be honest with you. Sometimes I just don't really want to pay attention. But he had this one thing. It was like the Young Black Leaders of America or something. And it was inviting all of these like black youths to come to the White House that were interested in politics, interested in government. It was a big thing. And they basically turned around, they called them all props and tokens and all this other shit. So I see this image and I sit there and I go like, look, you want to say that's pandering, fine. But you also said he likes to laugh at black people when they get shot. If he really hates black, I don't think he'd be inviting them to the White House, but whatever.
Well, that kind of, if any of these people are accomplished people at all, that's kind of offensive to them. Oh, and what, I'm only invited to the White House because of my skin color? Like, how? That's why I'm like,
well, yeah, pretty much.
Are they actually accomplished people? Like,
yeah, I mean, the Young Black Leaders of America, to my understanding, I may have that name completely wrong, and I apologize. But yeah, you're talking about people that youth, teenagers that are interested in politics and interested in being in government. So I think that's primarily why he did it. But yeah, I think Trump gets called a racist all the time. So he invites all these black groups that support him to come to the White House. I'm pretty sure that's why he does it. I don't care. Like, just don't care. I just don't care. But like, again, you make the argument that they use these people as props and tokens. She makes the argument that you be used as a prop and token, and you make the same argument back at her. And it's just so dumb.
And everybody's a hypocrite, and I hate you all.
Look, everybody, I'll just put it like this. Yeah, 100%. Look, everybody has their own agency. Everybody has their own agency. Everybody makes their own fucking decisions, right? Like, you do. And, you know, the thing I brought up with Kanye talking about how, you know, he felt pressured and everything. You make your own decisions. If you, and, you know, whatever you want to say, like Kanye therapy, whatever. If you feel that strongly in your beliefs and someone's telling you you're not allowed to speak it, that's on you if you shut the fuck up. That's really on you. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid. And, you know, I'm kind of like, look, if you feel strongly about something, you should speak openly about it. That's kind of like, I guess in terms of this back and forth, I do have more respect towards Candace Owens because she clearly believes in the things that she's saying. Whereas Cardi B, to me, is someone who doesn't understand politics, doesn't care about the politics, just said, oh, this guy could be the future president. I may as well do this. And I don't know if she specifically endorsed him to be president, but that's what it looks like. Like, don't get behind somebody if you don't actually believe in the things that they've done. Like, if someone says, like, he did the 94 crime bill and you have no defense for it, right? The guy is still proud of what he's done. You haven't demanded that he apologize, demanded that he take action to repeal, like something, right? To me, I sit there and I say, well, in terms of who I think is being genuine here, I do think Candace Owens is being more genuine, but at the same time, I can see why Cardi B is just like, where the fuck is all this shit coming from? Right? Because, I mean, politics is just a shit show these days. It really is. It's a fucking shit show.
It's just the point about, like, Cardi B. She doesn't approve of the way Cardi B's successful. If she actually knew what the fuck was going on and she had good points to argue, then, like, I don't think what's wrong with.
Well, I mean, like.
Sorry, there's a fucking mosquito in here.
Are you okay,
what's wrong with? Yeah. What's wrong with Cardi B, like, endorsing someone like she actually knows what the fuck's going on with them, right? But
well, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? So we'll go back and forth between their Twitters because honestly, it's dumb and it is kind of funny, but Cardi B uses the same lines and Candace Owens uses the same lines towards her. So yes, you're right. I have the #1 song and I have a huge platform and I can make millions go vote to get the man that used you. I don't want to argue with you, Candace. I really don't have the time. I honestly just feel sorry for you. So basically, Candace Owens is being used, right? I don't know, man. Like
that's what her point is.
Yeah.
And she has good songs.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, it's dumb. Now here's the tweets here. So it says Candace Owens is obsessed with Cardi B. These are someone dug through her Twitter to find mentions of Cardi B, and these are the 4 that came up. And I'm going to say that these are probably the best that they could find, only because one of these is from 2018. So you guys want my other predictions for the Black Revolution for 3 thought. 1, Denzel Washington. 2, I am Cardi B. Been watching her since Love and Hip Hop. She doesn't pay attention to politics, but if she did, she would be a Kanye mindset. She believes in freedom. Over here, please retweet. I see that I am Cardi B is politically advocating for Bernie Sanders with claims that Trump is bad. I would like publicly offer $250,000 to a political campaign of her choosing if she will publicly debate her stance with either myself or any Black conservative I choose. Charity of her choosing. Sorry, Cardi B. I was thinking of Bernie's political campaign when I typed this out. Retweet. Bernie is a fraud that wants 75% of your income. Respectfully, it's hardly education if you are boxing out minorities for Trump. You should be open to conversation regarding your claims he's racist. More on my offer for you here. And then Cardi B says that celebrities coming out claiming to have coronavirus sound like paid flat tummy tea promoters. And apparently she really liked that. Couldn't agree more. Cardi B, Tom Hanks specifically sounds like a commercial to me. Not exactly a dire circumstance if they're on Instagram. That's it. I wouldn't say that that's being obsessed, but no. Especially if these are 4 tweets ranging from 2018 to 2020, because I've tweeted more about people.
Yeah,
of course,
like 4 tweets over 2 years is pretty mild. Right?
It is. It's very mild. But yeah, she's obviously been a fan of Cardi B. But like, I think this is very, since I'm trending stream WAP. So this is, to my understanding, this is her husband, Candace Owens' husband. They did this video talking about it. Or did this video where they were like listening to the song and everything. I seriously don't even know how me and Candace started arguing. Just a couple weeks ago, her man was playing WAP in his Trump vote party. Hate arguing with people since I got new followers here. Stream WAP. It's endorsed by Melania. That's pretty funny. It is. Yeah. But like, that's basically what this shit's about, right? And it's dumb and it's stupid. And look, your baby. Okay, so I'm almost 6 months pregnant and had to rip Cardi B a new WAP. Okay, this is the Instagram video. I don't think we need to listen to it. Jasmine gave us the rundown, and
you really don't. It's similar to Twitter.
It's the same shit.
Not worth it. It's 7 minutes each. There's 4 of them. Don't even.
So this, what I don't like seeing is two black women fighting over two old white men running for president. The fact that Candace Owens says Joe Biden is playing Cardi B, but can't seem to get that white supremacists and Republicans have been tokenizing her ass for 4 years says it all. Right, they use her ass and they don't even have the decency to put her in the Republican convention. She has a huge platform. Have Trump sat with her, gave her an interview. That's the least he could do. No, oh, okay. To be clear here, Candace Owens is actually invited to speak at the House by Republicans. So, like, actually give testimony. And it was specifically about like race relations. So she's clearly got respect, but I don't. Again, I just think this is so dumb. Let me catch up on some of your comments, because I do see you guys talking here, and I do apologize for not being.
It's my fault.
No, baby, you're good. Steve here though.
Yeah, I'm just.
He's just chilling.
Steve,
I'm just.
what do you say?
Steve's just chilling.
I don't know much about Cardi B outside of anything really, and I don't even know who Candace Owens was until today. So
He says he didn't know who Cardi B was really, and he didn't know who Candace Owens was.
like I don't
And
really.
he pisses me off all the time. This motherfucker. I'm not kidding. He doesn't know who Cardi B is, right?
Shame.
He's never.
I've heard of her. At least I haven't heard of.
He says he's
Candace Owens.
heard of her.
No, you better know her.
Yeah.
I'm just here. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's really annoying with this. He doesn't know Star Wars, right?
Yeah, well, why would I
He
know?
doesn't know
I don't
Star
even
Wars.
like it, and I know it.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
No, no,
Weird.
I know
What's
of
your
it.
favorite? What's his favorite TV show?
He just says he knows of it.
What's your favorite TV show?
I don't really watch TV. I don't have a favorite.
He doesn't even watch
TV.
TV. He's freaking Canadian. They're just weirdos. Like he sits there in his chair and
What's
just
his
drinks maple syrup.
Shut up. What's your favorite thing to do?
What like
Smoke.
yeah, smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke weed.
Dude! Veggie milkshake! Stop
Oh,
saying
yeah, veggie milkshakes and playing like Call of Duty, I guess, and guitar. That's about it.
it.
I mean, what did you say earlier? Oh yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Cardi B drugged men to steal their money. She needs to shut her mouth. She did do that.
She did.
She actually openly states. That
I
she
know.
did
I
that.
know. No, I know. I said. Did you hear me? I said she did. That's that stripper. Not all strippers. I'm not putting them all in the same box, but it's not abnormal in the stripping environment.
Oh, okay. I think this is about the Sophie situation. He actually has all three. I thank the Lord that little girl and her siblings are safe. Judge said boys to go back, but he said that makes no sense. That's so.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Sophie's the one who's being abused, so I'm glad that Sophie is away from the mother, but that really doesn't make sense. If one child is being abused at that household, the mom is dating a felon, and the mom has given guns to the felon, who she has had to call the cops on. It makes absolutely no sense to send the freaking kids back over to her. I'm sorry, especially she's not away from that guy. Social media helps save the little girl. Absolutely. From what I've seen, many that are for the cops yet voting for Biden are uneducated. I mean, how hard is it to Google search the answers for questions one has? I mean, you got to understand. I'm trying to find a nice way of putting this. Joe Biden's a Democrat.
I don't understand the comment.
Huh?
I don't understand the comment.
If you're concerned about cops, right? Why are you voting for Joe Biden? That's basically the comment,
okay.
right?
There are many that are for the cop. If that's what they're doing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, how hard is to Google search the answers for questions one has? I mean, look, to me, I don't know. I really don't.
The
know.
answer is that's the answer. The answer is shrug.
Yeah, look,
Sigh.
I'll put it like this. My issues with Biden, I've been very clear about. As far as like, if you're for the cops, how you can vote for Biden, you got to understand, like, there are Democrats that are actually pretty conservative, and they've been conservative for a very long time. They've also been Democrats for a very long time. And they're not on board with all the woke shit. But at the same time, they're not going to abandon the Democratic Party. That's basically it. Now, as far as like, why would people that are for the cops support Biden? I don't think that there are very many, just to be frank. I really don't from what I've seen,
Supporting Biden?
yeah. It's not a thing. Like, actually, here's the thing. I think Biden's going to get crushed. And I say that because Biden's camp has been doing absolutely everything that indicates they're going to be crushed. Joe Biden's campaign has been desperately reaching out to members of the Black community, influential people like Cardi B, to get attention, to get support. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, Trump's poll numbers in minority communities, well, they're not like 50%. They're a lot higher than they were in 2016. And I'm going to say doing things like criminal justice reform probably led to that. And, you know, Biden's 94 crime bill. And all the racist gas from Joe Biden, like, they're insane. The fucking poor kids are just as educated and talented as white kids. Like, shit like that. I think that probably really hurt him.
He's a hot mess.
He fucking is. I think that man has dementia.
He's a hot mess.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something.
Oh, shit.
Something.
Jess is gonna speak.
I'm not okay. No, I'm not speaking much. Okay. This is how I feel about this election. That's it.
Everybody got that. Everybody got that. Look, okay, so I sit there and I say, like, as far as why things get crushed, he's desperately trying to reach out to the Black community. Mm-hmm. So it's
desperately. Yeah. That's why it came for Cardi.
That's why. Mm-hmm. And there's this Twitter account. I don't even know if it's a real person, but it's like Brooklyn Dad Defiant. And no matter what, that account will just spew whatever the mainstream talking point is for Democrats. And so, like, there was this article, and it was basically Black Democrats are urging Biden not to do this. And then this account tweets out, Black Democrats are the most loyal voter base to the Democrats. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you're basically validating most of the criticisms that people have there, in which you're saying that you don't really give a shit. You're just going to vote for Biden because he's a Democrat. To me, if you're openly saying that, you're basically accepting the criticism, which is fine. Jen, have a good night. Good night, Jen. Good night. Okay, so that's basically where I was looking at it from. Anyways, I think it's hilarious. I do. But Joe Biden's reaching out to the Black community as much as he can, right? The situation with the riots. Now, there was this article that came out basically saying that 93% of the Black Lives Matter protests have been peaceful. I go, well, yeah, I actually believe that. I mean, I don't actually think it's 93%. I think it's probably a little lower than that, but I still think the vast majority of those protests are peaceful, and the peaceful protests don't get highlighted because they don't draw clicks in. But the violent ones, right? When people are setting shit on fire, like, anyways, we saw for like months, as things became violent in specific cities, in specific neighborhoods, media ignored it. Right? They said that they were like, there's that really funny photo or video of the CNN anchor, and he's outside of a burning building, and the chyron reads, "Fiery but mostly peaceful protests." They had just lobbed Molotov cocktails at a building and set it on fire. Like, that's not peaceful, dude.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so like, if you see on Twitter people talk about it, and they go like, that guy who set himself on fire, people are like tweeting, "Fiery but mostly peaceful protester," because I mean, it's pretty absurd. Like, if people set a building on fire, if you want to say, well, the property doesn't matter, they set a building on fire. That's not a peaceful protest. Like, that's a riot. Okay, but like, MSM was out there cheering it on, saying it wasn't happening. Everybody is peaceful. You had NPR bring on this lady. Oh, Aura's here. Hey, Aura, I'm making a point, so just give me 1 second.
Good morning.
Aura. What's up?
We have Jasmine here. We got a 4-person crew.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you know, we see stuff like that. We see media basically justify it. NPR brought this woman on, and she basically wrote this book that said in defense of looting, right? Talking about how looting is reparations, how looting is and rioting is the voice of the unheard, all of this shit, right? Okay, well, the polling came out for Democrats. CNN was even talking about it, saying that these riots are a blind spot. People don't like the riots. People don't like seeing shit get set on fire, all that stuff, right? And so immediately they turned around and started calling out the violence, but they blamed Trump for the violence, and they said it was right-wing agitators, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there going, well, at the same time you're saying that, NPR is bringing this woman on to defend looting and rioting. So you're justifying the violence while at the same time somebody else is saying, well, the violence is actually all Trump supporters. It's like the Trump guy gets executed in Portland, right? Turns out the guy lived in Portland. He was walking home. The guy who killed him was literally lying in wait. There's photos of the guy in like around a corner with his hand on his gun, looking at the people as they're walking down the street, right? Executes that man. Immediately, Antifa is out on the streets celebrating the murder. They're up and down the streets cheering it. And then the very next day, they blame Trump for it. I'm sitting there going like, what? Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's very dumb to go into where you know these people are violent. But the dude literally lives there. Like, I mean, he lives in that city. He got executed. And then you blame Trump for it. Well, at the same time, these people are sitting there cheering it on. And then Biden makes a dumbass comment, which is like, do you really think that things will be violent if I get elected? It's like, oh, so you're saying that you control them? Like,
yeah, what the fuck? He's just going to come out and be like, hey,
sense,
guys, don't worry. Trump's not in office anymore. We can just calm down. Everything's good again. You think that's going to happen?
I like it's such a weird fucking timeline that we're in. It's a very weird timeline that we're in. But again, this is Antifa. But now Antifa has rebranded themselves as BLM. So they sit there and they scream out Black Lives Matter, death to capitalism. Black Lives Matter. They're literally shouting out Black Lives Matter, carrying around flags that say Black Lives Matter, and then marching up and down the streets chanting death to America. Like, you have completely co-opted that movement. You have completely taken it over, and you're violent and you're dangerous. And we're not talking about all over the country. We're talking about like specific cities, right? They're up and down the streets in Oakland and New York chanting death to America while at the same time flying around Black Lives Matter flags. Like, that's not the point of that movement at all, right? If you want to say like death to capitalism, go hold a fucking riot in which you're calling for an end to capitalism and you declare yourselves the fucking Communist Party. I don't give a shit, right? But I'm sitting there going like, it's disturbing to see how quickly they jumped onto a different movement, and now they carry around the flags and they chant Black Lives Matter as they burn and destroy shit. And while majority of the protests are peaceful, and that's great, all of that looks terrible on Democrats who supported all of it. And I'm talking about like the mayor of Seattle, right? Cheering on Black Lives Matter as they were destroying the city.
You did that?
People look at that. It looks bad. But here's the thing. Democrats are completely, to me, I don't even know if it's so much an evil thing. I think a lot of it is they just look at polling. So Black Lives Matter had like, I want to say 20, 30% support nationwide, right? Because, you know, you hear Black Lives Matter, you go, yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
Like now, if you go into the deeper politics of the organization, I think that's why a lot of people don't support it. But after George Floyd got killed, it had something like 60 to 80% nationwide support. Like, it was an insanely high number, right? Like, and you had a large chunk of conservatives that also said that they supported it. Okay? So obviously all these Democrats immediately jump on and start chanting Black Lives Matter. They ignore their own orders on social distancing, and they march arm in arm with protesters. Well, you obviously, if you have a movement that big, you're going to have bad elements that go into it, and that's where the looting comes in. That's where the riots come in. And they supported it. They supported it because rather than dealing with those small elements that are bad, they didn't call any of it out. They endorsed it. They supported it. They cheered it on. They said these protests are mostly peaceful. Well, in major cities, they were doing violent things, right?
Because they don't want to call it Black Lives Matter.
They didn't. But here's the problem. Then they looked at their polling months later, and there's all of these videos of things being set on fire. There's videos of people getting beat downs in the streets. And the majority of the people doing it are not black. It's literally white people doing the violence constantly. There was that, who was it? The guy who, what is she doing? Oh, hey, baby. So it's primarily when you look at those videos, it is white people that are engaging in the violence. It's not like, yeah, I mean, yeah, there are the black people doing it too, but like it's predominantly white people engaging in violent acts. Like the New York, right? You had the two attorneys.
Oh, with the Molotovs?
Yeah, the ones who had the Molotov cocktails and they were tossing Molotov cocktails at buildings. I'm like, these are two attorneys.
Wasn't
and they're not, and they're not black, and they're sitting around throwing Molotov cocktails at buildings. What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
That's what people are starting to see because all those videos are out there, and rather than just addressing those specific incidents, they refuse to do it. Because the polling said that there was all this support for Black Lives Matter, and that's not what the purpose of that shit is to begin with. You don't need to support that, but they did. And then the polling comes through, and everybody is pissed off because they're looking at it like, holy shit, right? Your city is being burned to the ground, like Portland specifically, right? They go to the mayor of Portland's house. He lives in a condo with other people, and they go outside, and they're throwing like a metal concert. You have a bunch of people swarming the lobby of his building, refusing to leave. And the people who are in the building are getting pissed off, right? Well, then they escalated it because the cops weren't showing up because the cops really don't like the mayor. And they ain't gonna fucking bother with it. And when the cops show up, right? I mean, sorry, when the cops don't show up, the protesters, because it was a protest, it was just at somebody's house, violent agitators showed up, started lighting shit on fire, and were throwing it into the lobby of the building. And the mayor doesn't say, okay, we need to arrest these people. They just tried to burn a building down that has people inside of it. And this was after they tried to cement seal a police building and set that on fire with Molotov cocktails, right? So two instances where they literally tried to burn people.
They cement sealed it.
They tried to cement seal it. The cement didn't dry quick enough, so the cops were able to break out of the building before it burst into flame. Like stupid shit like that, right?
Holy fuck, man!
And what does the mayor do? The mayor says, "No." The mayor just says, "Okay, I'm going to move." I'm like, okay, you look like you're not addressing violence, right? So Biden turns around when he sees all this polling. It looks terrible for Democrats, right? It looks awful for Democrats. So Biden turns around and starts condemning the violence, but blaming Trump for the violence. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and say, oh, in defense of looting, rioting is the voice of the unheard, but the rioters are all Trump supporters. It doesn't work that way, dude. Like, it doesn't. Sorry, I went off on a little bit. I think Jasmine got annoyed with me.
No, that's all good. Aura, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
I've noticed that with all these riots against capitalism and American excess, no one tried to burn down Cher's house.
No one remembers Cher.
Yeah, I forgot about her till just this moment.
Yeah.
Why Cher?
No, I remember Cher. Because do you believe in love after love? That should be the Firefoot guy. Like that's how it should be.
Okay, I actually, speaking of the Firefoot guy, because we're going to be doing our top 5 cell phones, and I put something together and I think everyone's going to love it. So let's transition now that we got Ori here, because I'm going to give this guy number 5 because it's more recent, and there's a couple things. Oh, hold on. Wheeler ruined his relationship with his own police when he had that display of weakness with protesters weeks before. Yeah, he did. He did. I remember a video of a man wearing a Make America Great Again hat while holding the American flag, just minding his own business, looking at the monument of George Floyd. Yes, young black teens were yelling at the man to leave. He does not belong here. Yet he chose to ignore them and just paid respect to the fallen. I mean, yeah, that's what you should do. Again, if you really feel strongly in your beliefs, like I had a guy come into my place of business and he was wearing a MAGA hat, right? Or no, not a MAGA hat. It was like the Keep America Great hat. And I talked to him about it, right? And he goes like, look, I was a big supporter of Trump in 2016. I'm worried about my pension because he was like 60 something. And he goes like, I don't like what he did to Social Security benefits, but I still think that he's doing the right thing for the country, right? I don't think it's very hard to convince that guy to switch his vote as long as you address the thing that he's concerned about, which is his Social Security benefits. I don't think Biden actually has a plan for that. All he says is Trump wants to remove it. Okay, well, what are you going to do? We have a crisis with our Social Security. Like, we have a crisis with that. We've always known it was going to be, there was going to come to a point where the funds just dry up. Is Biden addressing anything? No, Trump says mean things. Don't vote for him. You're not addressing what like voters actually care about. Like you're being a fucking dumbass. And like this shit with like the riots and everything, again, there was that article that says like 93% of the BLM protests are peaceful. I believe it's probably a little bit less than that. But look, man, let's say it's 90%. Let's say it's 85%. It's a massive number of peaceful protests. That doesn't mean you ignore the rest. Like, let's say it really is 7% that are violent, right? I think I was watching Tim Pool and he made the point. Like, let's say someone told you 93% of the food you eat is going to be good, healthy for, like, and 7% is gonna be expired, right? You wouldn't sit there and you wouldn't eat that because guess what? You're going to get food poisoning several times a month. That's the problem. You have to address the violence. You have to address the looters. You have to address the rioters, right? Now, if you want to address them at the same time you're addressing the cops, fine. You can't flat out ignore it all. So Biden, Democrats have done that. Now Biden's turning around calling out the violence and blaming Trump for it, right? So obviously he changed his opinion on what he was going to do there because even addressing that there were violent riots was not something Democrats were willing to do. Now they've changed it. So obviously they've seen that people don't support violence at protests. They don't.
They shouldn't support. No one should be supporting violence, even if it's popular. I'm just going to say that. Well,
I mean, like, look, if a cop shoots somebody, right, literally just walks up and shoots someone. I think there's one video of this happening, right, where there's this guy, he's literally walking, cop like walks up to him, starts to confront him, and then the cop just takes out his gun and shoots him. Shit like that, to me, there's the video of that white dude, right? There's like a fucking SWAT team in the building, and the dude is literally in tears, crying, begging for them not to shoot him, and the cop is shouting at him to get on his knees and crawl to him.
Oh, I remember that one. That was fucked up. That was some fucked up shit.
It was. And like the dude, like, and the cops like yelling, "You better not fall forward. You know what's going to happen." And the dude falls forward because he's literally got his hands in the air on his knees trying to move as he is crying. And as soon as he falls forward, the cop just unloads his fucking gun. The dude's clearly not armed. He's begging you not to shoot him, and you just unloaded your fucking clip. There are bad officers. I completely agree with that. If you want to call it, like, let's put it like this. Let's say 7% of police are violent. We would agree that that's too much, right?
Yeah,
okay? 7% of the protests have turned violent. Let's agree that that's too much. Let's address both. Let's get rid of fucking both. I don't know how to explain it any clearer than that. But Biden's completely flipped how he's treating these riots because now he's willing to call them out. He's just going to blame Trump for them. which is ridiculous and it's embarrassing because he like put out this tweet, or like his handler did, because we all know Biden can't use fucking Twitter. Basically saying, I have been condemning the violence for months, which he hasn't. And I ask on Donald Trump to do the same of his supporters. And so they're going like, dude, it's not the Trump people being violent. It's literally fucking Antifa. It's literally looters who don't give a shit about BLM, but just want free shit. It's ridiculous. So he's changed his way. He's changed the way he's approaching the black community, and he's changed his way he's treating these riots. Obviously, they don't feel very confident in their position like they did last month. I think he's going to get crushed. I really do think he's going to get crushed. Like when they tried to run that smear on Trump, saying that he called veterans losers, and like it. And if that was it, I would have said, yeah, that sounds like Trump being a fucking asshole. But then they make it even worse, and they say that Trump was asking people who were the good guys in World War II. Why did the United States bother to join the Allies? And I'm going like, come on.
It would have been funny if he said the Russians because they made it there first, just saying.
Right. but you get what I mean? Like, come on. You can say all these things about Trump. Like, look, everybody knows who the bad guys in World War II were. Like, come on. You don't.
Yeah,
they made it into a hashtag resistance masturbation fantasy.
Yeah.
Like it's so over the top, right? And it's clear that was meant to just take everyone's eyes off the riots, get them focused on Trump's bad demeanor, his bad behavior, which I think is a weak point for Trump. But the riots are still happening. Like literally the next day, someone set themselves on fire with a fucking Molotov. They tried to hit the fucking cops with it. They're still happening. Like you can't change the news cycle because they keep doing it. And like you have the restaurant, right? Where people are sitting there, they're eating. It's a restaurant. Right? Fuck off. It's a fucking restaurant. You're not attacking a major corporation. You're not attacking the government. You literally attacked a restaurant, and you attack the patrons at the restaurant. And it's like some people get up and they just start leaving as soon as they show up. Others are sitting there, they're completely confused, and they start running. And there's videos of like people trying to like grab like from outside like the windows and everything, like the panes inside, and they're literally trying to pull them down and destroy them. Well, like, what does that business owner have to do with any of the shit that you're like? He can't stop the fucking cops. To him, you're the bad guy because he's in there going like, I don't have any control over what the fucking cops do.
Which business owner? It's talking about the McDonald's video.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because they're franchise locations and all that shit, right?
Yeah. I've seen that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
the point in that?
You have in Philadelphia, right? There's this old people, like really old people, and they're sitting down eating. And this woman comes up, grabs the guy's drink, and just starts drinking it, right? They're sitting there shouting at them. One dude's like grabbing glasses off the tables and just smashing them into the ground. I'm like, you're not protesting the cops anymore. You're literally attacking people. I get that's mild violence, but like, you are the bad guys in that situation. Nobody's going to be on your side when they're watching that video. They're going to look at you and they're going to go, you guys are thugs. And again, just be as clear as I can. Predominantly, it's white people doing it. So I don't need to hear this shit about the voice of the unheard. It's literally fucking white dudes. Like, come on. I don't know. Like an Aura, save me here, man. Save me here.
Firefoot guy's the best guy. I'm glad Antifa happened because Firefoot Man would have never happened, and I love Firefoot Man.
Thank you.
It's Aura's favorite thing.
We would have never had real life Liu Kang if Antifa wasn't a thing.
Well, this is number 5 on the list.
Long ago.
You can't count that as number 5.
It is.
You can't count that as number 5.
Everything changed when the
He's
Fire
doing
Nation
it.
attacked.
You know what? You should add the fucking him rolling around like he's bending shit. Just the fucking Avatar music.
I don't want to get clipped.
That was a
I don't want
good
to get clipped.
video.
Use the
there.
kazoo, that the cheap shitty one, like fucking.
Oh, dude, have you ever heard the Avengers theme on kazoo music?
Oh no,
It's actually really good.
I'm talking about the shitty kazoo. The way it's supposed to be bad.
No, it's really good. And I don't know if the guy did it by himself, but there's like multiple kazoos going off at the same time. Okay. I say that's number 5 because like that dude's not the one who threw the Molotov. He's just there with people that are throwing Molotovs.
He got caught in the crossfire. He's a casualty.
Exactly. And I don't think he was actually throwing his own Molotovs. He's just there with the people that are doing it. And he's got fucked up.
He's a fucking star now. He's a legend, at least to me. That's Liu Kang. That's fucking Liu Kang, dude. Did you see him emerge from the fire? Like fucking, like he's got the fire feeties bicycle kick, bro. No, you don't see Liu Kang?
I see him. I see it.
Okay.
I see the dancing frog Liu Kang and the Russian folk dance.
Russian folk dance?
I think that's what it's called, yeah. Hold on. Oh no, I closed everything. Can't look it up now. Maybe in a minute. I'll find it. I'll link it.
Please do. Please do. Okay, so the next one, it's in the archives. I gotta find it. Let's see.
There we go.
Some of these are so old the media's been deleted. That's fucked up.
What, the fire?
Yeah, they like report. Oh my god, one of the accounts got reported.
For what? Some fire fun? Some fiery fun?
So this is number 4, and it's somebody who's trying to set off a Molotov, and it got set off in their own car. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult to see, but that's the car. They were trying to set off Molotovs and chuck them at the cops, and they accidentally set them off in their own car.
That's why you don't fuck with Molotovs. Don't play with fire. Your parents told every parent from every origin, country, ethnicity, whatever, don't play with fire. What the fuck is this, Steve?
What are you doing, Steve?
Alexandre Diaz.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, this is number 3 for me. And the thing is, the person doesn't understand that they're owning themselves. But look, there's certain things that you don't need to do. I don't know if you guys remember playing this clip.
Yeah, I remember this.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, this is our earlier Riot days. I remember this.
Oh, this is
there you go.
The gem, I remember.
Yeah.
So I say this fits for number 3 for me.
Shit is so fucking remedial. I don't even understand what's happening. But whatever. No one's getting caught on fire, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Dude. This is another account that got suspended. It's fucked because the video is so good. I'll see if I can find another video of it after we play this one.
No, yeah. Yeah, Granny goes in there.
Look at us, sis. Look at us, sis. Look at us, sis. Look at us, sis. I love it. 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 Yes, baby. Yes. Yeah. How does it feel knowing no one wants to flip you? That is beautiful. Yes,
No one wants to
Yes, sir.
My black.
Yes, sir. does it feel? Fucking out, sis.
So one thing I've never understood, right? If you're gonna say like all these cops are bastards and shit like that, if you did that to someone that you think wants to murder you,
Is that a smart idea
you
to
think
do?
that they would murder you? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can. This is gonna be so hard to find.
You got a number 2 in mind?
Yeah, it was a really good one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found it. The account that tweeted out got suspended, but I found another one, and it's very short, and I love it. So this is definitely number 2 for me. So these cops are on police horses, and this girl's running up to the horse to spook it.
Oh,
So
fuck's sake. I remember this one. Everyone knows not to do that.
Just look how fucking quick the horse gets her.
Yeah, for real. Back the fuck up. I tell you what. Oh.
And the cops just sitting there going like, okay, fine. You got your lesson. You know, the cops were like, this was not what I expected tonight. Yep. Oh, Lord, not this crazy bitch. Come on. She's lucky her firmware isn't shattered. Like,
it's true.
Here's my thing, right?
I think it's femur.
I was thinking about it. The Firefoot guy, right? Should I laugh at him? Yes.
Yeah.
If you're going to engage in this stupid shit, I'm just like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Like, I think that's a good one. And actually, my final one isn't a video. Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know why it wouldn't be a good thing to laugh at him. Fuck it.
Okay, here we go. Took me a little bit to find it. Can I read the Daily Mail? You gonna let me read it? No, fuck you. You want me to stop using the ad blocker?
I was gonna say it's either paywall or ad block, right? Just media.
Okay, here we go. Wealthy New York City woman busted in BLM rampage. So this was at a Starbucks. Let's see if the video will load up for us. There's not gonna be any audio on it. Don't worry. But
I can barely see.
So
that.
yeah,
Can you make
it went
big?
over to. So that's the video, right?
What happened in the video, Crow? Because it was too tiny.
Oh, so her and a group of people basically ran up to a building that was a Starbucks, and they started smashing the windows, right? And as they're smashing as she is smashing the windows, there's other people's with umbrellas, right? And I want to reference the umbrellas here in a little bit for something later. But just remember, the umbrellas are important. So they're using the umbrellas, right, to basically block anybody from filming them as they're destroying the buildings, right, as they're dressed in all black. So basically, she got caught. And it turns out that she is incredibly wealthy, or at least her parents are incredibly wealthy. Let's read through the article here. I think this is the best ownage. That's Rich, one of the Black Lives Matter protesters facing felony rioting and misdemeanor graffiti charges after window smashing free-for-all in Manhattan. Yeah, it wasn't just one building, by the way. Is a wealthy Upper East Sider whose mother is an architect and whose father is a child psychiatrist. Clara Kraber, 20, is one of 8 people arrested Friday night after a roiling 3-hour rampage that police say caused at least $100,000 in damage from Foley Square up to 24th Street. Every city, every town burned the precinct to the ground, the group chanted as it moved up Lafayette Street, while busting the plate glass facades of banks, Starbucks, and Duane Reade's. The protest was organized by groups calling themselves the New African Black Panther Party and the Revolutionary Abolitionist Movement. Given her privileged upbringing, Kraber might seem an unlikely alleged revolutionary in those ranks. Kraber's mother, Virginia Kindred, runs Kindred Arc Works, a Manhattan architect firm. So just fucking loaded people.
So this is a wealthy white kid.
That has designed spaces for Columbia University and NYU. So just fucking wealthy ass people. And worked on numerous school and business spaces throughout the city.
It's like a mini Jake Paul. But like, okay, so she's just a wealthy white kid who is destroying shit for Black Lives Matter. Is that what I'm getting?
Dude, like these people are Antifa. I'm sorry, but you're wearing all black and you're hiding your face as you run around smashing buildings. This is why I brought up why I want you to remember the umbrellas, right? Early on in the protest that happened in Minneapolis, there was a guy dressed in all black, right? And he's running around with an umbrella as he smashes things. And people are like, oh, he's clearly a cop because, you know, Antifa, they don't dress that well. And I'm like, okay. They go, what's with this umbrella? Why is he using the umbrella? I'm like, because you assholes use them. Because Antifa uses them to block out people from filming them. And they said, no, he's clearly a cop because we have photos. And I'm like, they got a photo of one white dude and then lined it up to this other white dude. And they said, he's clearly a cop. And I'm sitting there going like, no.
Were they two different people?
They're two different people. Like, dude, the guy's clearly Antifa. He went there. He wanted to break shit. He broke shit. He used an umbrella. And as you can see in that video, that's what they use the umbrellas for. They provide cover. If you're trying to film, they can just put the umbrella up and you won't be able to film their faces.
So
that's what they were trying to do. This girl was running around, smashing building after building. And she had support from other individuals who were running around with their umbrellas out, trying to block anyone from filming what she was doing. Unfortunately, these dumbasses don't understand in the city you have cameras from several different angles, so that didn't actually help.
At least the A for effort, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they should have got bigger umbrellas.
All right, so her father is Marcus Kraber, so we talked about that. Where is it? In 2016, the family paid $1.8 million for the 16th floor apartment on the East End Avenue. The family also owns a 1730 home featuring 4 fireplaces, according to the property listing, in Tony Litchfield County, Connecticut. But Kraber has joined in street protests for years before allegedly taking part in Friday night's march. She's now facing a maximum of 4 years in prison on top of charge of first-degree riot. We don't have much political power right now being used, but this is something we can do, she told the New York Times in 2014, explaining why she joined a Manhattan rally on behalf of Ferguson, Missouri police shooting casualty Michael Brown. She was a 14-year-old student at the elite Hunter College High School at the time. Now, so basically, she has a history, undergrad at Rice University. So just one of the most privileged people in society. As a member of the Rice Young Democrats, she helped work on Beto O'Rourke's failed 2018 bid to unseat Senator Ted Cruz. Hilarious. Donated $121 to Democrats. That's not
way said it. Hilarious.
It is kind of, man. Does Beto make you feel this way too? Then go vote. She captured a Facebook. That's embarrassing. Claire Kraber didn't have much to say when reached by phone at her second home in Connecticut on Friday night. No, not right now. I don't want to talk about it, she said of her arrest. This is the height of hypocrisy, one law enforcement source who was at the protest told the Post. This girl should be the poster child for white privilege growing up on the Upper East Side and another home in Connecticut. I wonder how her rich parents feel about their daughter. How would they feel if they graffitied their townhouse? I mean, like, to me, that's why it's number one for me, because you're talking about someone who's excessively privileged, comes from wealth, comes from resources, and she goes out on the street and she starts smashing buildings. Like, I'm glad she got arrested, but this is the thing, right? This girl will never spend a fucking day in jail. Her mommy and her daddy will get her an attorney, and the fucking prosecutor is going to show up, and the prosecutor is going to say, okay, turn over everybody that you were rioting with. And she's going to go, okay, because she's a little bitch. I'm sorry. And if she doesn't, they're going to fucking send her to prison. And she's going to fucking wake up and immediately beg to turn over her comrades in arms. It's a joke. It's fucking these rich white people fucking LARPing. And well, I was actually going to include the dumbass pedophile who got shot. You know, shoot me, then, and then get shot. But
I mean, he gave him
yeah.
permission to.
He did tell him to shoot him.
And they want to say premeditated.
Premeditated, yeah. He was like, hey, well,
Yeah,
I'll make you a deal.
he
You can shoot me.
premeditated for the violent pedophile to wrap his shirt around his face to conceal his identity as he chased him down. Kyle is just like, Kyle's basically fucking Moriarty.
Moriarty.
It's just all these different plans that all came together. Or alternatively, they're just fucking dumbasses. I actually saw, who's it, like Joy Reid on MSNBC was celebrating fucking Rosenbaum as like a hero and complaining how Trump didn't contact the family of the victim of one of his supporters. And so they're going like, if the president of the United States, right, the sitting president of the United States, contacted the family of a pedophile that raped 5 young boys, and contact the family of another man who was a violent rapist who went to his victim's home after being arrested and charged for raping her, and then molested her again in front of her child. And the father of said violent rapist is a virulent anti-Semite, which has been confirmed by all of his social media posts, which are just insane. If the sitting president of the United States went to go meet with these individuals, I would want that man impeached immediately.
Joe Biden went to go visit him.
I know.
And people were giving Trump shit like back in the day for contacting like soldiers' families who had died because he was like, oh, they knew the job he was getting into or some shit. But like, if he reaches out to people, he's bad, and if he doesn't reach out to them, he's bad. Even if the people are fucking rapists and shit, it's ridiculous.
I mean, like, dude, here's the thing. If Trump actually reached out to that family, they would immediately call it out. Trump is speaking to a rapist. we get it. No matter what, it's going to be a losing game. But, like, come on. I would never want the sitting president of the United States to talk to the family of a fucking pedophile who raped 5 boys.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm alone in that. Am I alone in that?
I don't know. Bill Clinton did give a blowjob in the Oval Office.
Biden. You said
Fuck
Biden met with that dude. This isn't James, is it? This is
What?
the same. The pedophile.
I like Firefeet Man. He's the best thing out of all of the 2020. I love Firefoot Man. Liu Kang for president.
We'll just
I want
focus on him.
Firefeets for president. I want him in a wheelchair wheeled
Look,
into the Oval Office.
Geeky, I like Geeky Pixie because they've had the best comments tonight. She's mad at Starbucks for not making her unicorn frappuccino correctly.
Dope.
Probably.
I said venti, no whip. I kind of feel it's true, right?
Well,
like,
didn't
at Starbucks
somebody-
all the time, and they always fuck her over on her order. So she's just like, we're getting that building especially.
Probably.
Wasn't there some chick? Wasn't there some fucking Karen that went to a Burger King to get like a refund while it was on fire? And like,
oh my gosh, let me see what I can find. That's not related to any of this
The
shit. But it's just
Baja
like the
Blast
best
thing
shit
is like-
ever.
I think so.
They were so sad. They were like, we're gonna
There's
toast
a-
Baja Blast. And... Fuck, what was the other thing?
There's a
so
Burger
sad.
King on fire, and this chick came back to get a refund, and the building's burning down, and she
I have a
demanded
video.
her money back.
I have the video. You're gonna love it, Steve. You've never seen this. This is not related to any of this shit. It's just hilarious.
It's just like fucking the alarms and shit are going off.
Are there people inside at all?
No, it's on fire. I don't give a fuck. I just closed. Now give me my money is what I'm asking for. Y'all was just laughing in there. Now you want to come out here and act serious?
It's on fucking fire.
Bitch, that's why you work at Burger King. That's why you work at Burger King.
You eat there.
$15 an hour, huh? They make $10 an hour working this bitch. They all be talking about, it's a fire, it's a fire.
It's
Like,
literally on
where would
fire.
you rather be? Inside with the fire or outside? Because,
Inside with fire.
yeah, I'd stay in there too. Fuck that.
Dude, that is the ultimate fucking Karen move. Building is on fire and she's demanding her refund.
Yeah.
Oh, she has. Dude, it is. Oh, man. I miss Vermin Supreme. Have you ever seen the video of Vermin Supreme glitter bombing somebody?
No, I've seen lots of videos of Vermin Supreme though. But I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, here we go. So, okay. So just so you don't know who Vermin Supreme is, he is the friendly fascist, the libertarian candidate who wears a boot on his head.
Yep.
What?
But
It's gonna give you a free pony.
So Randall Terry is this guy. He's running for political office. Vermin Supreme is running against him. And the dude's like completely anti-gay everything, right? So you gotta watch how Vermin Supreme handles this asshole. It's so good.
Okay, thanks very much for coming out. One more thing. Jesus told me to make Randall Terry gay.
I would fucking hate to run with Vermin Supreme, to be honest. I would fucking hate. That shit's gonna be on this motherfucker for weeks.
What is that shit?
Glitter.
It's glitter.
Oh, glitter.
Look at him. Look at him. He's a sparkly fucking man.
Mic check. Gentlemen, welcome to the New Hampshire primary. You have been occupied. You have been occupied. Thank you. I still want to make love to you, Randall. I still want to make love to you.
Any reaction to Vermin Supreme?
It was fun.
Fun?
He's good.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Uh-huh.
Got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that he does.
Saturday Night Live should hire him as a writer.
No, they shouldn't. That fucking guy's a menace. Look at him.
He totally is.
He's been around since 2004.
Dude, he's been around. He runs like every year. He runs like every election.
And then people wonder why like the
total
Libertarian Party
fairness.
doesn't get taken seriously because you got fucking John McAfee and
Dude, he ran as the
Vermin
Democratic
Supreme.
candidate in that race.
He
He's
ran
not
as a Democrat.
he's not to be taken seriously at all. But
Yes,
he is
he is.
fucking hilarious.
He is to be taken seriously. He will
Shut
give
up,
us all
Warren.
3 fucking ponies, he said.
Or
Yeah.
you want to take him seriously?
He got a large margin of
Okay,
the vote.
everybody,
last
tomorrow
fucking
night's
election.
stream is dedicated to Vermin Supreme. We're
No,
just
it's
gonna
not.
watch
It's
Vermin
Leafy.
Supreme clips tomorrow night.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Vermin Supreme shit than like all this.
It will
other
be
crap.
all about the history of Vermin Supreme.
No, it's Leafy.
Yep.
We're talking about Leafy.
No,
Okay,
oh.
yeah, Leafy. Like, what we haven't talked about Leafy.
Okay, we'll lead with
Ever.
talking about Vermin Supreme's current presidential candidacy run.
No. There's nothing to talk about. This motherfucker's never gonna win. Like, you know, like
He
unless
is
the-
awesome,
could.
though.
Yeah, he's never gonna win. He wears a boot on his head. He could do the
It's
ultimate.
the best shit ever. Like, and he is so committed. I fucking love it.
Is there a Vermin Supreme documentary?
I don't know. Probably.
Actually, I think that there was someone who did like a long ass video on Vermin Supreme.
If there isn't, I'm
Wait,
gonna make one.
Wavy Web Surfer, I think, did a video on Vermin Supreme.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he
Maybe
did.
Webster does a lot of videos on people generally. Like he did one on Latarian Milton.
Wait, who?
I fucked that up. That's the Boondocks name they gave him.
Who?
Latarian Milton. I want to do hood rat shit with my friends. The kid who stole his grandmother's car and went for a joyride. It's like 8. It is Latarian. Boondocks. His name was Lamilton.
You know, there's a song in which they use that clip from the Boondocks.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think it's hood rat shit. I think it's Megan Thee Stallion. But it's entertaining. Jasmine loves that song too. And The other song is like bald headed hoe shit. I'm learning a lot of songs, right, Aura?
I guess. Like,
No, what was it, dude? Wait, hold on. I said I can't remember. We were having this conversation a while back, and I think we were actually on stream at the time. We were talking about songs and everything, and you like asked me to like name a song, and so I said like "Vibes from DaBaby," and you were like, "Oh shit, I didn't think you'd do that." You thought I was gonna like name some like cheap ass shit.
oh no, yeah, it was something for some topic, and you picked a song that would match the topic pretty well, and I was like, oh yeah, that would work.
Oh, dude, you were impressed.
Got to happen once in a while, right? But
There's nothing over 10 minutes. It doesn't look like.
What do you mean?
Vermin
Supreme.
Yeah, he's so
I
let
mean-
down. Steve, you know what? Then you should be the first.
That's what I'll do. I mean,
Maybe-
unless there's only 10 minutes worth of like shit to talk about.
I'm just telling you guys, we can do an entire stream
No.
of Vermin Supreme.
No, we suck. Let Steve do a video. He needs to
Wacko
do one
Wednesday.
anyway.
Wacko Wednesday.
No, not Vermin Supreme.
There can be no bigger wacko than Vermin Supreme.
No, not
Time
Vermin.
to sparkle up this bitch. Yes.
Not Vermin. No, leave him alone.
Adam said, I'm glad the actual candidate had a good sense of humor about it, though too often they're just a stick in the mud. He did, but I also got the distinct feeling that he was very pissed off that he was
I would be too. You know how much of a bitch glitter is?
I know.
Dude, it's all over him. It's under his. It went in his shirt. Guaranteed. He's got to throw that suit out. He's got to throw that suit out. You know what? Take it to the dry cleaners, and there's glitter all in the washing machine.
Imagine going home to your wife and you're like covered in fucking body glitter. Like,
Dude.
imagine that explanation.
It's in his hair.
I wasn't at the strip club, I swear. Like,
I know,
swear.
right? That's immediately what I was
I would
thinking.
believe him. That's the copious amount of glitter, Steve. You know, like fucking.
Vermin Supreme is just the biggest of the weirdos. There was a dude who ran for president dressed as a lobster with enough signatures you can run.
Wasn't there a dead man on a ballot because he was going to run but die before it could happen, but they never took him off the ballot and he beat somebody?
A dead guy beat somebody?
Yeah, it was like
Kiki
for
says-
a sheriff's ballot.
Sorry, Geek says, I'm happy I can relax, have a few laughs getting roasted big time on Twitter for supporting Gina Carano. Who?
Who did?
Not familiar.
Who is that, Geeky? Actually, I'm going to look this up. Gina Carano.
I just think it's hilarious. And someone's obviously positions are so bad that a dead guy beat him.
It was like for running for sheriff. I think Robin Williams actually brought it up on stand-up. He lost to the fucking dead guy. You know, like
This is Gina Carano. Parkouring. It doesn't say anything.
Okay.
It's got her Instagram and her Facebook link. And
try not to dox her by mistake.
oh, dude, I remember this. Yeah, she seems like a famous person. I remember this shit. This is actually I saw a couple of people tweet this out today, but it's this black woman and she's like trying to drive her car in
that.
Portland.
Get the fuck out the way. Yeah.
Yeah, they start hurling like racial slurs at her and shit.
Did they
let me-
like? Because I didn't hear them say it. But she's like, "Yeah, I heard you say it," and then the guy's like, "Who said it?" That's all I remember.
Get out of the way. Because you killed my brother. Move. Move. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You setting fires in the street? No, that's violent. Okay? That's violent. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. They over here tearing up. Go tear up fucking Beaverton. Go tear up Tiger. Go.
Oh, they're not going to go to Beaverton Tiger. That's where they live. They're going to go to your community and block the roads and set shit on fire. And when you complain about the fires, like that one bitch in the video is screaming, "Who died in the fires anyways?" It's okay.
What? Someone said that?
Like the lady's literally saying, "Go to your own fucking community and do this shit." And they're like, "No, no." And they're
get
all
the
wearing
fuck-
like Black Lives Matter t-shirts. And
I
black ladies
hate
tell them to
that.
get the fuck out of their community.
The shit that they're doing, I fucking hate it. And when they get ran over, I don't feel bad. I remember like they're standing in the fucking road. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And this guy is driving like 80 miles per hour, and I don't think he could see them. And he plowed this chick over, dude, and that was a fucking tragedy. But I hate when they stand in the fucking roads.
Well, there was the people that stood on the fucking highway.
That too, yeah. That's the
Like,
one,
that's
right?
insane. Like, you're on the highway at night and there's no lights.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally fucking insane to do that.
Yeah.
Like there was a situation where
What was the reasoning for that? Protesting on a highway? What?
Dude,
that was
I
really dumb.
I couldn't tell you because I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. I don't understand how this is a form of fucking protest. Like, people are trying to go to work, trying to go home from work, trying to do shit, and you got people like, no, I'm not getting out of the fucking way.
But
Yeah,
like,
there's
she's
like a
literally
group of 50
saying, like,
people.
you set fires in this community, go do it in your own community because you know these fucking white people don't live there.
Yeah, maybe.
And then the response is like, no, nobody even died in the fires. We just destroyed your buildings.
Didn't set any fires, so
It's just, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
This is just such a dumb interaction.
Go tear up Hillsboro. Go tear up Aloha. Get your ass away from over here. Move.
Let me turn around.
Dude, it's all white people too.
Yeah, for real. Telling a black lady what to do.
Me to come over here. Now they see how ignorant this looks. You don't let somebody call me a fucking nigger bitch. You don't want no race war out here.
I know nobody said no shit like that.
Yeah, fucking nigger bitch. That's what you called me? His name is Eric Gilbreth.
Where?
Doxed.
Stop hitting me with your car. Stop pushing us with your car.
Dude, if I was that lady, I would just fucking go. Like,
me too.
Yeah.
That's the problem now. It's a communication issue. I'm not pushing you with my goddamn car. I'm not pushing you with my goddamn car. I was pushing you with my car. You be ran the fuck over.
Yeah.
Look, nobody say shit.
When do they yell at her Black Lives Matter?
We need to get this woman out of here safely.
No, they don't? Okay.
Everybody pull the fuck back.
Are they letting her go?
Yeah, they let her go. They clear a path.
I love that. I fucking love that.
Good.
I think that they were very smart because that lady was about to fucking just go.
Well, someone's saying she's an ex-UFC fighter. This probably could have held her own.
Okay, so hold on, let me get back. She's labeled as a racist for not saying BLM and ACAB. Well, fuck off then. Like, seriously, she you see what they're doing, right? Like you want me to say Black Lives Matter? Like, yeah, I agree. I think everybody agrees. Black Lives Matter. No shit. Right? But you want me to endorse all that other shit, I'm not gonna do it. Right? You want to say defund the police? I'll say, yeah, I think there's areas of the police that need to be funded. I think there's other areas like training where you want more funding.
Yeah. Or
But
robots.
like, you want me to get down with you fucking like looting and rioting and harassing people, going to like residential areas and like playing fucking megaphones? You want me to get down with you like fucking throwing burning debris at someone's condominium where other people are living because you have an issue with the mayor? Like, you want me to get down with that shit? I ain't gonna do it. You want to say, well, that doesn't matter because that's a small person. Let me be very clear. If 7% of me had fucking cancer, I'd want the 7% of like fucking cancer cut out of my goddamn body. I wouldn't sit there and say, oh, it's only 7% of me that's fucking toxic and poisonous and killing me.
I'll just let it grow.
That's just whatever.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's just such a stupid fucking argument. It really is. But like, you want me to say Black Lives Matter? Sure. You want me to say fucking ACAB? Go fuck yourself. Like, they say like, if one cop is bad, right? If one cop is bad and like 100 other cops don't call him out, then you have like 100. There's like a fucking saying because it like just translates to ACAB. I think it's like fuck. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna fucking do it. But by that same fucking logic, right? If you go to a fucking protest and 1,000 people are fucking good people, right? And 10 of the people at the protest are violent rioters, and the other 1,000 people there provide them cover, don't call them out, sit there and fight with the police officers that they're attacking, then wouldn't that mean that the entirety of that protest is bad? I don't like that's by your own fucking logic. You believe in guilt by association, fine. You're associated with a group that has 7% of its members out there burning shit down, attacking people, in some cases killing them, stealing shit. I mean, it goes both ways. You want to tell me the cops should be held to a higher standard? Well, hold on. You're demanding change. You should also be held to a higher standard. And now all those against her not only want to cancel her from Mandalorian, they do not want her to have any type of employment. Same with any of her supporters. Oh my gosh, this is the chick from the Mandalorian?
Yeah, that's the girl. I was about to say that.
Oh, fuck these people.
I don't feel good at all. I got chills and shit. So can we play a fire clip before I leave? Because I'm going to dip.
I'll play the best one.
Fire.
Hold on.
I have one. I sent it to you. Well, it was requested to be played, but it's pretty good.
Is it in Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Russian folk dance?
No, that's Steve.
I'll
You
play,
can play
that,
that
though.
Yeah, you can play that if you want, but like.
Hot beat?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let's play it.
I'm a scat man.
Hold on, let me focus. Let me focus on this shit.
So good.
You got the hot foot. Your neck. Get on the good foot. Get on the good foot. Ah, got it.
Hey, that was great. All right, Aura, take it easy, man. We're about to head out anyways.
I'm going to dip out. Take
Good
it.
night, buddy.
Bye.
Stay safe, man. Okay.
Oh.
So they're trying to cancel Gina Carano.
Because
okay, hold
she
on,
just
hold on.
got balls, right?
Rest in
That's
eternal
hardcore.
peace and love, Chadwick Boseman. Life is so precious. And then, how is oppressing others a good way to take a stand against oppression? Unless this year's chaos is not solely about oppression, and it obviously is not solely about a pandemic, or we'd all be dead. 2020 is an election year, America. Take back your freedom, protect the free world. Like, why are you tying that in Chadwick Boseman? Like, fuck this person. Seriously, fuck this person. Fuck this guy. Fuck his fucking face with a fucking rusty pipe. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Why even do that? Like, why even fucking do that? You know, I wanted to sit there and like say like a thing about Chadwick Boseman, like do extreme like just appreciation and everything. I'm sitting there going like, you know, it's in bad taste because the guy recently passed away. There's a lot of people who liked him. Yeah, I was a fan too. You know, obviously a Marvel fan. You know, fucking guy was amazing, right? And turns out he did like 4 or 5 films while he was dealing with cancer. Dude is just like legit a fucking legend for dealing with that shit, right? I don't care about his personal views. That struggle is insane. The fact that he did that, right? Mm. But I'm sitting there going like, I'm not gonna do a stream about it. I'm not gonna talk about it, you know, because he just passed away. This motherfucker, this piece of shit, is like sitting there going like, oh, by the way, everybody, she talked about Chadwick Boseman, and she's not in support of BLM. Huh, what a bitch. Fuck this guy's fucking face with a rusty fucking pipe. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. He, him, BLM, go check out my blog. Seriously, I
This kid isn't 17, right? Remember the last time people were trying to get...
No, he's an English professor.
Oh, fuck him. He should know better.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thought it was just some stupid kid with a following. He's just English professor?
Yeah, look at this. Cara Dune would drop kick Gina Carano. Like, these people are fucking trash. Mandalorian star Gina Carano issues call to open up your businesses and churches as U.S. enters 6 months of lockdown. Yeah. I'm giving her a tweet a like. These people are fucking trash. Like, honestly, they're fucking trash. But this is the response to her getting canceled. She decides to just go ahead and say, fuck it. These fake crunchies say they're there to amplify black voices, but won't let a black woman through. Oh my God, Portland, what are you doing? You're eating yourself. So really, that was her response to trying to be canceled, was to go even further to the right. Smart idea, honestly. Because they're going to cancel you no matter what. Even if you apologize, they're still going to cancel you. They're going to demand that you donate money to them, and they're going to still cancel you. So just go further to the right. Fuck it. At that point, you're not going to win. You're not going to fucking win with them. Better worry about your own sins, because God ain't going to ask you about mine. Fuck.
Dude,
she's fun.
I like these. I like these tweets.
They're fucking great. These all fucking like. All right, guys. That's it for the stream tonight. Like I said, tomorrow I'm getting the dry erase board so we can go into more of the Gina's a UFC fighter. She can kick their keyboard war to your asses. Yes, she can. Fuck it. I'm sorry, Geeky, they're getting dragged on Twitter, but like, honestly, fuck these people. They're fucking stupid as shit. Bozeman purposely kept it quiet. Real stoic shit. Exactly. And now that he's dead, there's some asshole on Twitter immediately trying to use his death to like get a fucking win on somebody. Like, fuck that piece of shit. Fuck that fucking professor. Fuck his fucking class. Fuck everyone who's ever taken his fucking courses. Fuck that guy with a rusty fucking pipe. Fuck his face. Fuck everything about him. Fuck his entire life. Fuck his entire family. Fuck everything that he fucking spawns from this worthless, tiny little 2-inch pecker. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I overestimated. 2-centimeter pecker. Jesus, man. You should see the people in the philosophy department.
Yeah, he's just the English professor, right?
That is true. Holy shit.
Philosophy, gender studies. There's a lot of wacky courses nowadays.
Okay, look. This chick is great. Fuck it. She's got to follow. I didn't even know this was the lady from The Mandalorian, but like honestly, I'm good. I'm good. I will fucking stay Gina Carano now because she's not a fucking piece of shit. Sending you something to play on that note. Ooh, what did Aura send me? Wait. Okay. Thank you. This is actually perfect. This will probably get us right.
Fuck it. I mean, like, that's only happened once, right? I think you share audio.
We made some tea.
Oh, very good.
It's like the whole thing.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the boat you're stealing from. The name's Alistair Rigby, but as far as you're concerned, I'm Willy fucking Wonka, and you're taking a shit in my fucking chocolate factory.
119. This whole thing's entertaining, though.
Yeah. It's not long.
This was a movie. Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck those socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay-ass fairy faggot accent. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck-mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
I fucking love it. Aura, thank you, buddy. Get some rest, man. Get some rest. Geeky, good night. She played in she was in the first Deadpool. She was the one who did the superhero landing. all right, guys. We're out. We're out for the night. But just want to say thank you to the Patreon members. Remember, tomorrow we are doing the dry erase board with the little drawings on them. But for the final time, Lauren S., Ravenous Hound, Chris Anonymous, Jonathan Murillo, Zioreturns, Origami Maria, Devil Hunter Nero, Dagger, Five Drunk Dogs, Ali, Mr. Holmesley, War on Corruption, Katie Imbro, Margot Inez, Connor McDonald, Jess, Kat Thomas, Julian Cyan, and Caddy Bailey. Thank you so much for being patrons of ours. We really do appreciate all the support that you've been able to give us so far. And we'll be back with the new list tomorrow. Yep, she played Angel. All right, guys, so we're out. I got to stop reading the comments. Good night. Good night. Good night. Remember, peace out.